you were at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And you got to see Kendrick's halftime show.
Yes.
On TV, I was freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I was just losing my mind. I was at Fluffy. Shout out to Gabriel Iglesias. He has a Super Bowl party every year.
Oh, wow.
It was
Shout
cool.
out Fluffy, man.
X-Pac was there.
I ran into Tech 9.
Shout out to Tech.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was there.
Yeah, I ran into him at the thing. But I brought him on AEW on an episode of Rampage once. So
Yes.
I was like,
he needs to do someone's theme song. A Tech 9 theme song?
incredibly. It would be so good.
Crazy.
It'd be so good.
But what were your, like just being there, man? Like, did it feel as cool? Like,
It felt cool, but it was just like, it was definitely a show and a performance for television.
for TV.
It's for-
Because I
'cause they-
thought that in
yeah.
my head, like if you're sitting up at the rafters, I'm not sure you're getting everything going on.
Yeah, like in certain angles and stuff,
Right.
especially if you're sitting on this side.
Right.
You're missing the X part when
Right.
you're at the X's and like peekaboo.
Right.
You're missing like
You're missing like everyone moving around.
yeah, it's a lot. It was so many moving parts. So if I was in like end zone corner.
Could you even catch Serena Williams crip walking?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
like, I
I
can
didn't
imagine
see-
that's like
yeah.
a little tidbit that for TV.
Because there's like 50 people over here making a formation, and then you have like, oh snap, there's a spotlight over here. Who was that? Oh, I missed it. It's gone. Okay, and then the people popping out of the truck, and I'm like, oh snap, they all came over. Okay, there's something forming over here. So it's like, as a live audience, it's a lot to see. And like, but shout out to like the fact of like Kendrick being able to perform and move up and down the field, 4 stages, all breath control. And his cadence is probably one of the hardest cadences to hit in rap.
Oh, yeah.
And like
Easily.
on beat and like on an earpiece.
I just like the fact
Steps.
that it was
Like going down steps is not easy.
Yeah, it was just the opposite. I mean, that to me, that's what makes great artists.
Yeah, but it definitely was a performance for the masses because like
it's
100 million people
Is he?
are watching.
But also, he
online
did
and
do all
out.
the hits. He did album cuts. He started it off with a song that's not even out yet, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
I'm glad
what?
he did it the way he did it too.
For
That
sure.
track list. I'm glad he did that track list the way he
Some
did.
people are arguing about the track list, but I'm like, you got All Right at the last Super Bowl. You got like,
he already did those records
yeah.
with Dre.
yeah. So it's like, and that was the big ones. Cause like everybody, I watched that back again recently. It's like everybody did their big like No More Drama and like Lose
50 Cent.
Yourself
Yeah.
and in the
Yeah.
club. So everybody hit their boom boom, their hits. So you got that. Like Kendrick just wanted to create a piece of art that was identifiable to him.
Right.
He didn't want to do other people's like
Right.
shows, but that's what makes him him. That's what keeps him in his own world. He's bringing us into our world. And for people that do know him and that don't know him, you're being introduced into his world.
Right.
And it's succeeding. And for the people that do know him, we know why he's here. We know the song we want to hear.
Right.
So you get all of it. And so I don't know why people say, no, he should have done this. He should have done this. How about just be invited into his world and just enjoy the ride?
That's the best part. He brought everyone into his world.
Exactly.
For sure.
That's why we listen to Kendrick albums. What's
Indeed.
his world?
Indeed.
That's the whole point. So obviously
You
yeah.
were at Super Bowl with Mercedes. I got to meet her with Snoop.
Yeah.
At Snoop's release party, and I was just like, he like introduced her like, oh, this. I was like,
bow down. Yep. Yep.
but I know you guys are friends, and her coming to the company was such a big deal. She's obviously one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, let alone female
Man
wrestlers
or
of all
woman.
time.
And important too.
100%. What are the things you think, like just adding her to the roster? It's been over a year now. Obviously she killed it in New Japan. What do you think it did for the company bringing somebody like that over?
It shows that this is a place to be. It shows, like, I feel like when we talk about competition in wrestling, the competition is the fact that we can get that talent and we can like also match the deals, and it's like it's an option. So when it comes to like that, that's where negotiation power. That's what makes Mercedes who she is, and that brings her stock.
And
up
it
to
brings
here.
everyone else up.
And so it's like now it's for the talent now, where the talent can make that choice. We have the option. We can steer the ship and power and generate our value. And like Shannon Sharp said on Club Shay Shay, your value is what someone's willing to pay for you in your
100%.
service. So now it's like, okay, our value goes up. I don't know Sasha, but like Sasha Banks had value.
Of course.
Mercedes has more value now because of All Elite Wrestling existing. Same thing going the other way. Cody had more value because of what All Elite Wrestling was able to do and perpetuate.
100%.
Same with Punk. Same with Moxley coming to AEW. Our values increasing, going back and forth. Ricky Starks to Saints. His value increased for them to draw that interest for him. And it's just only powering everybody's value to go up more.
Right.
So hopefully that increases the value of pro wrestling in general.
Right.
So everything goes up. And so I feel like Mercedes was the one that do that big for the women.
Right.
Now it makes Becky Lynch look like a little
Like, oh, what can we do
maybe.
there? Yeah.
Or it makes New Day go I wonder, maybe. It makes Charlotte go, I wonder, maybe.
Right.
It makes all those top level people that you thought would never in a million years abandon ship or look for somewhere else to go. There's
a real viable
opens
option.
that door a little bit. That's where competition lies in this industry. So it did wonders for me too. It brought my value up to make history in Wembley and in Dynasty and
yeah, I mean,
World
you signed
Championship.
a pretty crazy contract.
Yeah. It's
so
very very
congrats.
lucrative.
Congrats.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're with them. I think I read till 2029 or something. Like,
Yep.
you're locked in.
Yep. And there's nowhere else I would rather be.
No,
And
I mean,
say
you know
that-
what's funny?
I say that like a lot of people say that's like, oh, that's just a PR. He's supposed to say that shit. No, I mean that shit from the bottom of my heart. There's no other place I'd rather be. And do I have bad days and opposed to good days? Of course. Like this is a job. I have frustrations here and there, but I work through those frustrations better here than I did in other places, anywhere else in the world.
Right.
Whether it be Lucha Underground, MLW, WWE, NXT, I've like found Tony Khan and me have always worked through frustrations, and I've
I feel like
voiced
he's
them.
let you cook too.
Yeah, but there's been times I'm like, we didn't cook as best as we could have been able to cook, and I'm someone, I'm not going to half-ass that.